earlier said, just use this colon and write the value. So first of all, we need to use our first function, numeric progression. This will be used here also because we need to print out. And for the second, use the base that was declared in the protected. The base should take the value of b. So I hope you got it. Whatever the value of b will be passed, this will enter inside base. This is a convenient way of using constructor. Okay, now we come to what should be the, how to print out the next value, what should be the next value actually. So we'll just write the name of the class first of all, just the return type. It should return a type integer. The name of the class is geo progression, and the next value, and just less, it's a return type of integers. Will just return the current value. And what should the current value be? The current value should be equals to the current value multiplied by the base, whatever the base is passed. So we'll just write base. So we can see that whatever the base, you can see in the hint given there, whatever the base is, just multiply this number and add it to it. Okay, that's how we get for this geometric progression. Now the last one left is for Fibonacci progression. We'll create one more class Fibonacci prog. Okay, and create the class. Here also we'll create some protected member. So, protected, sorry for that, protected. In the Fibonacci series, as I showed you in the hint, we need first two values. We already need this two value so that we can know how to start, or we can give this two value, any two value, but it needs two values so that it can start and know the third number. So we'll create two numbers. We'll just write int the previous number, and the second will be the current number. I'll just print it second. So first it should print out two number, this number for any two number, so that we can know the third one. Because if only one number is given, we don't know what it should add. We'll not know the value of b, we'll know the value of a. So without b we can't know c. We should know a and b so that we can know c. So we'll add two value here. So that's what and we'll create two more functions here. The function should be, we'll create the function for, as it was created for virtual, we'll create both of this, because in Fibonacci we need both of this. So in the previous we all created next, because only we need one number for arithmetic and progression and just the divider, but for Fibonacci we need two. So we'll create this. Let's go here, sorry for scrolling too much, and just print out this. So we created these two variables and these two functions, the first value function and the second value function. And now we'll just declare our public member, that is the constructor. Just write public and constructor, that is Fibonacci progression, and that's it. It will accept two numbers. The Fibonacci progression should accept two number, because we know that for Fibonacci to work it needs two numbers, the first and the second. So we'll just write int, okay, not here, come here, okay, int first number. By default it should print 0, because when the first number should be 0, and the second will print one more, that second equals to 1. So that we can get this feeling that 0 and 1, so that we print the first number as 0 and second as 1. So that's how we declare the class. The declaration of class is completed. Now we can just go out of the class and write all the functions related to it. So let's go here and print out the function. So first let's do it for the constructor. So just name of the class Fibonacci progression, and the scope resolution, and the Fibonacci progression once more, Fibonacci progression, and we'll print out two number, int f, int s. So first number and second number, and we'll put this inside the value of current and previous. But before that we need this first numeric, so where we print out everything. And for the first, here you can see for the previous value we'll use this, for the previous we'll use this first number, and for the second we'll use this s. And that's how our constructor is created. Okay, I'll just do tweaks here. Come down here, go to this editor tweaks, and do a word wrapping, so that everything is clear and visible. Okay, Now you can see our constructor is created. Here we'll take two integers, integer f and s, and we'll call this numeric progression. That is the first base class, because there only we use this for loop and how to print out everything. And in the previous, that is in the protector, the previous should take the value of f, that is declared here, and the second should take the value of s, that is declared here. Okay, and just come down here. Okay, now let's do for this. Sorry, so let's create for this. So first of all, write the return type. Return type is integer, and the name of the class is Fibonacci progression, and the first value so what the first value should be, the first value should be like here. Well, let's come here so you can understand. This is the first value. Okay, this is the first and this is the second. So the first value we should take by just writing the whatever the current value is. We have a current value as we declared in this numeric progression is in the top. So you can see, okay, let's go back, and you can see here we have a current and first. We need to use this, so we'll come here, and the current value should have the value of first. Okay, the current value should have the value of first, because okay, sorry, there is some I have little difficulty in here. So the current value should be that of the first value. Whatever the first value is, that should be of the current value, and the previous value, whatever we mentioned it in previous. So you can see here the previous value. You can see the previous value. Suppose these are the two number, and this should be the previous. What should the previous be? The previous should be this 2 minus 1. So we can just write here previous should be equal to second minus first. So how did we know this? You can see here, suppose we took 3, 5 and 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. So this what should be the how did we get the value of 3? We got a value of 3 just by the second value 8 minus first value 5. So we can see here second value minus first. That's how we got, and just will return the current value, because we want the progression should go one by one. So we'll just return the current. So that's how we got the first value. Now just clear out this, and for the second value we write one more time int and Fibonacci f eb Fibonacci progression, and scope resolution, sorry for that, scope resolution next value and use this and the curly braces. Just come down here, and we want that whatever the previous value is should be equals to the current value. Whatever the current value we have, that should be equals to the previous one, means for the next value. You can see here, suppose we want to print 13. For the 13 we want this should be the this previous one should be that of, okay, come down here, I'll show you. Previous should be that of current. Okay, and just come down here and write current equal to current plus equals to previous. So now the previous will get changed, so we can just write here, we can create one more integer, just simply write int temp equal to previous, so that we can store the value of previous and it doesn't get before getting it converted to current. And the current value should be equals to plus the current value plus the previous value. So you can see here the current value should be the current value plus previous value, means here whatever it will come here, the current value, this is the current value for now, plus the previous one. So that's how Fibonacci series get printed, and just will return type the current value. We'll just return the current. That's how we come end to all of this. Every function is clear. I hope everything is clear now. If not clear, just go from the first one by one and try seeing this hint. If you see this hint and try to compare with this, you will understand it more clearly. So we missed something here. I'm getting an error. So I think in the previous we missed something. Yes, this previous value will be equal to, you can see here the previous will be equal to second minus first. So we can just write second minus first. So we can just print this second in the front, so that the one chance that we have of getting error we won't get then. So just write here and this one. Okay, now you can see we completed everything. Now just we need to use the polymorphism in this. So we'll run one more time so that we can see we did not get any error, and we can fix it now so that we don't have to fix later on. Just run it. Okay, not here. To run here, you just need to clear the console first and press this here. Okay, follow my mouse, come here, and this run and build. Just click this, and if there is error, okay, we have an error here. What is the error? Just press F and F2. You will get the error. Okay, candidate expects one argument. Numeric progression. Okay, you can see here, because we did not initialize it, just let's say that it should be equals to 0. So this we get the default value. Let's run it one more time. Just build it first and see. Okay, we have one more error. Okay, now all the codes are completed. There are no errors. I've checked it. Now you can see the code lines and you can check yours so that you don't face any error. So let's go to the top first and check all of your code lines and see if you've missed something. There are small tweaks that I recently added because I was facing some warnings and all that. So I hope now if you face any difficulty, you can just clone the GitHub and you can see all the code. Okay, this is just for understanding the concept. So now we'll create, I already said in the polymorphism, we'll create a pointer. Then using the DMA, we'll create we'll create memory for all of the progressions and we'll print out. So first of all, just for the first one, numeric progression, we'll create a pointer called prog. Okay, this will create all the progression, and for the first we'll write progression will create for arithmetic progression. ARIT is arithmetic progression. So for the arithmetic progression, we'll create first of all a, now this will be assigned to prog. Now we can just print out, just writing prog and print progression, and just write, we'll put the value of 10. You might be thinking where we got this. So you can go to the top and you can see the print progression. We want the for loop should run and we should print the first value first and we should print all the next value. So that's how we got here, and just save it, and if you run it, okay, you can see we got the arithmetic progression 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. And why we got this? Because by default when we created this, we did not pass what should be the difference between, and by default the difference is 1. Okay, let's come here and see. It's like 1 2 3, so this got printed, and by default we can go to the arithmetic progression. You can see here numeric progression where it printed, and we should take the value of n, and this will print all the number for 10. That's right, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 numbers are getting 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 are getting printed, because we know if we count till 10 we are counting from 2, because the first value we are taking 0. Okay, and you might be thinking how the difference is 1 here. So come to arithmetic progression, and you can see when we create constructor, the default value we pass is 1. Now if we change the value of default, you can see there will be, okay, I'll come down here and just write we want the separation should be like 5 and print up till 50. And if you just close this console and run it one more time, just by saving this, just run it, you can see by the difference of 5 we are getting up to 50 numbers. If you calculate this, you will get it 49 times, because we are missing 2 terms there. We are starting from 2 because we want the 0 should be printed first. So that's how the arithmetic progression is getting completed. Now we'll just come here and we'll create one more. We'll create prog equal new, and we'll create for geometric progression, and we'll just pass prog and the same the print, because there is only where we are using the for loop, print progression up to 10 numbers means 9, and by what it should multiply. Let's go to the project and see it. We should have a value of d by which it should multiply. We'll just write here 2 and put the semicolon here, save this, and we'll write here cout ANDL so that we don't jumble out one after another. So, and just run this. You can see first this arithmetic progression is getting printed with the value of separation of 5, and secondly we get geometric progression. In geometric progression you can see here, in geometric progression first is a, then a into d, and a into d into d. So you can see first 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 4 into 2 is 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32, 32 to the 64, 64 to the 120, 256, and so on. If you just increase the value here up to 50 like the previous, and you can see, just cut this and run it one more time, you can see you got a lot of values, and this is a 0 0 printer because it's coming boundaries out of integer. If you use long, then this value won't come, so we'll act till 10 only so that everything know. And we'll change now. This time it was all multiplied by 2, just let's multiply by 10 and just cut out this and run it one more time. So you can see here 1 to 10 is 10, 10 to 10 is 100, 110 1000, 1010 10,000, 10,001, 1 lakhs, 1 lakhs into 10, 1 million, and so on. That's how we can do. Now let's do for Fibonacci. Just copy this and we'll run it here, and we'll write prog equal new, and we'll create for Fibonacci. So just write Fibo. I think it's Fi. I wrote Fibonacci. Sorry for that. And just let's print out this prog and just write print progression. Okay, let's see what we get printed here. Just save this, cut out this, and run one more time. Okay, we are getting an error. Okay, let's go to the top, and for the print function we need a value of int n. We need to pass a value, so we'll just write 10, save this, and just run it. Okay, now you can see all the errors are gone. Now you can see a Fibonacci series is printed. 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. You can see in the hint it was this way only. So 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So we can just increase the value, just in place of 10 just write more, like 20. Just save this, let's clear out this, and just let's run it. So you can see the more values are getting printed. So that's how we come to the end of the project. You can see there is many things that we created. I know I made some errors, and but we debugged it. And if you want the source code, just go to the link, you'll get a source code for the GitHub, and you can take it from the GitHub. So I hope you got the first project. The first one was hard, but the second one will do a easy project so you understand better. But this one example of how we can do polymorphism, inheritance, for loops, and all that. It was a little bit tough and complicated, but once you understand this, polymorphism inheritance will be very easy. I also faced difficulty while learning this, but at the end we got a result. That's what we wanted. So I hope you learned something from this and you're excited for the next project and all that. So thank you for watching. See you in the next project. Have a good day.